Despite the fact that it's very much wintry here right now, today I am putting together a greenhouse. The first step whenever you're gonna build a greenhouse is to snow blow out the area that you're gonna build that greenhouse. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. When we moved from our old house, we took down the greenhouse that we'd only had up there for about a year. When I built that greenhouse, I built it with being able to take it down in mind. Not so much because I thought we were going to be moving, but because I was paranoid about an issue with zoning, because we were in like an urban area and we already had like a secondary structure on our property, and even though maybe it was a little bit neurotic to worry about, you know, somebody calling the city on my greenhouse, I wanted it to look like I could move it, even if that wasn't so possible. But anyways, it made taking it down easy. Now it's going to be here at its new home, which will be right here. I'm pretty excited to get it up because Serina needs to have this ready in the spring to get starts going. So I'm not going to put the plastic on it today. We actually don't have plastic for it right now. Serina will have to put the plastic on herself later on because I'll be away at work, hopefully, like making money. But she needs me to do the frame. She can't do that. Today I am putting the frame together. It'll probably stretch into tomorrow too. I was just kind of getting a feel for it today. We had a big snow the other day, so all the parts were buried. But yesterday I snow blowed the area that it was going into. So now I'm ready to do the next step, which is, you know, figure out the layout of, you know, what's going on here. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. As you can see, I kind of just did a like rough little layout of all the pieces just to make sure that everything made it over. As you can see, there's a lot of snow on the ground, and this stuff had just been piled over by my shed, so I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to be able to find the little stuff in the snow, but looks like just about everything has made it over. These pieces aren't all identical, like the joints that I bent. They're not identical, and I don't really want to drill a bunch more holes. So at the start I'm going to be piddling around a little bit to figure out which ones are the right ones with which pole and stuff, just, you know, test fitting a bunch. So there'll be a little bit of piddly stuff there, but I think it'll save a lot of time in drilling new holes because I went through a lot of drill bits when I was making this, and I don't feel like doing that again. I can have a pretty like weird way of building stuff sometimes. All I did to make these joints is I got, you know, a bunch of fencing posts, and at my old house I had a larger, thicker diameter post that was cemented in the ground for a gate, and I just would slide this pole into the hole for the top of the gate post, and then I just bend it, and I had a piece of plywood cut to the angle roughly that I needed, and I just bent it and then stopped when it, you know, was roughly the right size. And the joints are super strong. Originally I was like, oh, like I could do some welding or something, and then I was like, screw that. This is so quick. So I don't know. I've never seen anyone do this style before, but hey, it worked. The changes that I will make to this greenhouse from how it was before, essentially once I get the frame all set up, I'm going to sandwich the plastic around a wood frame that I'll attach to the, you know, like outside, make kind of like a big rectangle on each section. So like one slant of the roof, I'll make like a big box that I'll sandwich all the plastic between, you know, like put a 1x3 and then put the plastic over top and then put another 1x3 on top and screw into it. You know, we had some problems with the wind kind of like getting in from the sides and flapping around last time. We had these like roll up sides. So this time what I'm thinking is on the side, because we still want the airflow to be able to get in there in the summer, like it gets really hot and dry in here in the summer. So for the greenhouse to be useful, we need that airflow. So like a skinny rectangle frame, and then another skinny rectangle frame and on the side, and then sandwich the plastic in between it so that you can, the top one is firmly attached to the greenhouse and the bottom one you can detach and just flip it up and hang it up top so that you know, you just have to kind of like hang it up and there'll be some sort of like hook system up top where you can just, you know, fasten the bottom rectangle frame up to the top and it'll all be nice and tucked away. So I'm gonna get started on this. I got a bunch of the pieces connected together now, and I'd been kind of trying to figure out in my head what was the best way to put things together, and now I think I have a good idea of how I should approach everything now that I'm kind of seeing it a little bit more. So I'm gonna go inside and have some lunch because Serina's got a big pot of borscht on the stove right now, so go have some lunch. And then I'm gonna come back out here and keep plugging away at this thing. Yummy borscht. Do you know that borscht gets better the more days after it's cooked?
Yep. Day 2 is the best.
We're making our way through it. I think when you first cooked it, we had a meal and it went down about an inch or two from the top. Borscht life. I didn't get started on this project super early today, so I am running out of daylight. I am going to work into the dark today. My goal is to get the structure kind of standing by the end of the day today, and then tomorrow I can frame in either side, and maybe we can even pick up some greenhouse plastic and try to get it all finished so that Serina has a nice greenhouse to plant in as soon as the weather warrants it. So I'm getting back at her here. It's getting pretty dark outside now, so I'm going to put the camera away and I'll keep plugging away at this, and I'll fire that camera back up tomorrow morning. You can see if I actually got anything done tonight. You can see that the greenhouse is starting to take shape. This is the dimensions essentially that the final greenhouse will be. So it's a pretty decent size for a little, you know, just starts greenhouse. I got my buddy coming over to help me with the rest here today. There's a little bit of work that's kind of like a two-person job that I can't do on my own, so should be good having him around. It's a bit windy, so before I get started I think I'll go put another layer on just so that I don't get cold while I'm working here. My buddy's been helping me out. I haven't been videoing it, but we are making some progress. We got basically the layout all figured out here, and now we're just trying to put some structure in the corners. So that wood will be kind of what I base the front, which, you know, will be wood and plastic, of the greenhouse, and the back will be very similar construction. As with most things that I do, I just kind of wing it, and I have no plan going into it. I just kind of figure out as I go and see what I have for materials. But I am pretty happy with how it's going so far. It's kind of a tedious thing to put these things together, but whatever, is what it is. This greenhouse will be the perfect spot for Serina to do starts. We just bought a ton of tomato seeds, and we're really excited about them because there's some pretty cool varieties that we think we'll be able to market really well in the local market. Having a good space for Serina already set up, you know, so she can just focus on the starts once the season comes is perfect, right? So that she's not worrying about building a greenhouse, she just has to worry about the starts themselves. One less thing for her to do when the time comes, because I may not be here. So the more I can get done today, the better, because I have to go off to work in Alberta tomorrow.